Hey, so today is going to be day one of me attempting to crochet with the yarn that I already own, and as you can tell from the small pile behind me that is quite a difficult thing for me to do because I just love to buy yarn when I don't need it. So yeah, today I'm going to bring you along as I find stuff to make and go through the process of me actually making stuff. Okay, so to start, I'm going to pick a yarn, and I apologize for the really bad lighting in my room. I only have like one window that lets in good light, so apologies. But I'm gonna pick something out, and may I just say, this tower of yarn is the same height as me almost, and I'm 5'9", so that's quite a big pile. I'm gonna pick something out of one of these baskets. I have like different kinds of yarn in here. Let me flip this around. I have like really thick fluffy yarn, and then I have like my normal cotton yarn, and then this I don't even know, like this is just old projects that I never finished, and then some random stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna pick something and then I will be back. Okay, so last year I decided to buy a bunch of like this sparkly yarn. I don't know if you can tell, it's the Valuable, I don't know if that's the brand, but it says Valuable Kringle Sparkle 8 ply, and I've brought it in like some colors. I also have it in like green, red, and white because I was gonna make something for Christmas, but I didn't do that, so I thought that I might as well use them now. I went on Pinterest, and recently I've been really into those like really baggy like almost knit. I think most of them are knit, but I'm gonna attempt to crochet it, and they're like really textured, different sizes, like mesh looking. I'll put some pictures here, but I'm gonna attempt to make one of those with these yarns. So I have my sparkly yarn, and then I have some thicker cotton yarn, and then some random yarn that I caked last year as well. So I'm just gonna use like a bunch of different stuff to try and get the different texture, and then we'll see how it goes. So I think for this sweater I'm gonna crochet it in like a top down kind of way, just because I think it's the easiest way. I have a tutorial on my TikTok, like a mini one, that I posted on there a while ago for the mesh top that I made. So I'm probably going to do something really similar to that, like crocheting in the round and then working downwards. I also have a lot of random yarn that I bought on Shopee when I was like kind of broke and I couldn't buy nice yarn from Spotlight. So I'm just going to use this, and I think I'm going to double up the yarn just so that it's a bit thicker so I get like a different texture look. And then I also think, just to make this easier, I'm going to cake all my yarn because I hate working out of like these things. It always gets tangled, and like especially this sparkly yarn, it's got like the sparkle kind of thread twined in it, so it gets tangled really easily. I'm just gonna cake it so that's easier for me to crochet, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I've turned everything that I will need into little cakes. And so I think I'm gonna start with the white. This is not gonna really be a tutorial because I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of going along and seeing what happens, but feel free to copy. I obviously will explain what I do. But yeah, I'm gonna start with this white, and I'm gonna use 2 strands of it so it's a bit thicker. And I think I will use I'm going to use a 6mm hook and 2 strands of the white yarn to start. So I think to start, I'm going to make my neckline a bit baggier, I think. So I'll do my chain and then I will come back. So I think I've done enough for my neckline. Kind of want it to be really big. So I think I'll do that. So let me count how many this is. Okay, so I chained 76, and now I'm just going to connect the loop. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of fold it in half and then measure 2 inches from each side and add stitch markers on both sides, and this is just going to mark out for the sleeves. Okay, so I've added my 4 stitch markers. I don't know if you can see them, and now I'm just going to triple crochet, double crochet, I don't know, let me do a couple and I'll see. So I'm going to start with chaining 2, and then I'm going to, I think I'm going to treble crochet. So I'm going to chain 3 to start, and then I'm going to do a triple crochet into the next stitch, and then keep doing that until I get to my first stitch marker. Okay, so I've double crocheted until I reached my first stitch marker, and then I'm just going to increase in here, and then I'm going to continue doing double crochets and then increase in my stitch markers, and just repeat that for the whole round basically. So I'm nearly done with my first row. I did my increases where all my stitch markers were. My increases are just 2 stitches in one. And then I think I'm going to switch to this sparkly gray color. And I also think I'm going to use a bigger hook, so I might switch to an 8mm hook. So to start my next row, I just slip stitch into the 3rd stitch of that little chain 3 we did at the start of the first row. And then I'm just gonna take my gray color and then start crocheting with that. So I've attached my new color, and then I'm just gonna switch my hook to my 8mm, and then I think I'm just gonna do another treble crochet all the way around, and then where my decreases are in between the 2 stitches, I'm gonna do another increase. Okay, so I did 2 rows of that gray yarn with the 8mm hook, and I think it's coming out pretty cute. I like how it's way looser and more mesh-like than the first row. So I think now I'm gonna go in with my like brownish color, and then I think I might size my hook down again, but I'm only using 1 strand of this, so I think it'll also be pretty loose. But yeah, let me do that and then I will show you how it looks. I ended up doing a row of the dark brown double crochet instead of triple, and then for the next row I did a row of mesh stitch, so triple crochet and then chain 1 and then triple crochet and skipping a stitch, and I just did that all the way around. And I think I'm coming out with quite a cute pattern. I think I've decided I was planning to use this color, but then I feel like it wouldn't match. I don't know yet, but I like the grayish vibe that I have going, so I might just stick with these colors. But yeah, I'm just gonna like freestyle a few more rows, and then I will come back once I am ready to start the sleeves. Okay, so I've crocheted up until the point where I want to start my sleeves. This is what my top looks like. After the brown row, I just did another row of the white, and then I did another row of the brown, and I added chains here instead of crocheting along here. I stopped and I chained and then attached it to the other side just to make holes for the arms. It's the same video as the one on my TikTok, like the way I'm making this, but if you want a more like in-depth video, then just let me know, and I'm sure I could make a longer like YouTube video version of that. But yeah, I'm gonna start my sleeves just to make sure that I have enough yarn to do my sleeves, because I don't really care how long the body is. So I'll do my sleeves first and then I'll continue on with the body. So to start, I'm gonna just like attach my yarn here, and then I will do my first row. Okay, so it's now the next day and I've done most of one sleeve. This is what it's looking like. I think I'm gonna do maybe 3 or 4 more rows and then I'll be done with this, and then I will just repeat the sleeve on the other side. So just to like catch you up for my sleeve, I did a row of just the gray triple crochets and then the mesh kind of stitch, so treble crochet, chain 1 and then skip a stitch, and then this is just treble crochet. This is my double white yarn. This is treble crochet and then I skipped 2 chains, so I chained twice and then I skipped 2 stitches, and then treble crochet, the same mesh stitch, and then the double stranded of white yarn. And then when I got to here, I decided that I wanted a bit of a flare sleeve, but I could not be bothered to like do the increases or anything. So instead I just switched to a bigger hook. I switched to my 8mm, so all of these stitches up until here was done with my 6mm, and then I started with my 8, and then it's kind of on its own made like a flare shape, which I'm quite happy with because I hate increasing and stuff. I just can't be bothered to figure it out. So that is what I've done. But yeah, I will finish my sleeve and then I will show you how it looks. Okay, so I finished with my first sleeve and this is what it looks like. For the last few rows, I just ended up doing a row of triple crochet and then triple crochet and skipping 2 stitches. And then for the last row, I actually sized up my hook, so I used a size 10mm hook, and then I just did my double strand of white yarn because I wanted it to be like extra big at the end, so that's what I did. And then I'm just going to repeat the same thing on the other side. Okay, so I finished crocheting my sleeves and this is what it looks like. I think I'm honestly just going to leave it at this because I kind of like the length when I try it on, but maybe in the future if I go back to London or something, I might add more to the body just so that it's a bit warmer, because this would not be very warm. But this is what it looks like. If you want a more in-depth like explanation style video like my other videos on how I made this top, then just let me know and I guess I can make another one just more in depth. I just wasn't doing that for this video because this is my first attempt at making this, so I wasn't exactly sure what I was doing, but now I know. So if you'd like to see a video like that, then just let me know and I can make one. But yeah, hope you enjoyed!